September at the college, and about halfway through math class, I got a serious case of the munchies, the kind where you literally can think about nothing but food. So I went to Yoke's grocery store. I had a chocolate milk, a bag of jerky, and chewy Jolly Ranchers. As I counted out $11.98 at the cash register, a voice behind me said, "Now that looks like a firefighter's lunch." Turning around, I saw a middle-aged firefighter dressed in his navy slacks and white shirt. I smiled and responded, "Student's lunch, actually." He laughed. "Been there, done that. Where are you going to school?" "I'm at the community college." He nodded and asked, "What are you studying?" "I'm doing Running Start, so I'm working to graduate with my AA by June." He smiled and said, "Good for you, that takes a lot of commitment. What do you want to do after high school?" I told him I would really love to go into agricultural education. He clarified by asking, "So a high school teacher?" "Yes, sir." He stopped putting his groceries on the counter, looked me directly in the eye, and asked me something that I will never forget. "Are you prepared to have the power to change lives?" Honestly, I was too dumbfounded to give an intelligent response. At the same time, however, I was inspired. I responded in turn with, "Yes, sir, I am." I don't know the name of this kind firefighter who has dedicated his time and career to saving lives and homes. I don't even know where he works or what he was buying at Yoke's that September day. But I do know that his blue eyes and his thoughtful words conveyed more genuine care than I imagined possible of a stranger. So to the kind, blue-eyed firefighter who cared enough to ask the question I couldn't ask myself, thank you. I owe you a chocolate milk, a bag of jerky, chewy Jolly Ranchers, and some life-changing inspiration. That last part, however, I'm afraid I'll never be able to repay fully. Not to you, at least. Maybe my students will say differently one day. I'm Ashley Hanson, a high school senior from a little community called Elk in Washington State. If you're wondering why I shared this story with you today, the answer is simple. I want to be prepared to have the power to change lives. I believe that Oklahoma State University is the best place for me to gain the knowledge, resources, and experience that I need to not only be prepared to have the power to change lives, but to do so successfully. I've grown up on a 3-generation dairy farm where I have come to love and appreciate the agricultural industry. Along with my 3 siblings, I breed, feed, and show livestock. Thanks to these 2 components of my life, I have been blessed with countless opportunities to pursue leadership and education in the field of agriculture. To briefly state my goals, I plan on pursuing a double major in agriculture education and agricultural communications. After completing my master's, I would like to work in a traditional secondary education setting, teaching youth about the greatest industry in America. Yes, this would essentially entail being an FFA advisor. First and foremost, however, my priority is to be an educator. I can also see myself working in extension or communications. I love the flexibility that a degree in Ag Ed or Ag Com provides, and I'm interested in exploring all of my options. So what does it look like to have the power to change lives? From a student's perspective, having the power to change lives is having the ability to influence any aspect of a person's life. These aspects could be their opportunities, knowledge, self-efficacy, confidence, perspective, and a multitude of other things that make a human a human. Realistically speaking, this could look like a random act of kindness from one person to another on the OSU campus. For instance, when I visited Stillwater this past August, I was killing time in the Alumni Center when a well-dressed man walked by. He was on his phone, but as soon as he saw me, he made a point of stopping, looking up, smiling, and asking how I was doing. This is probably just a part of who he is, but in that moment, much like the firefighter from the grocery store, he had the power to change my life. Having the power to change lives could happen in small instances like that, or it may take time, a lot of time, maybe 3 months of working to put together an event with a group of students. Or it could look like spending time, a year, with a student to help them see their potential in a certain field. It could possibly look like 4 years spent with a student trying to change their perspective in life. Although we live in a world with instant gratification, having the power to change lives doesn't always provide immediate results. Sometimes we never even see the results. But that's why the firefighter asked me, are you prepared to have the power to change lives? Instead of, are you prepared to change lives? It wasn't this idea of instantly I'll be able to change a life. It's the concept that I have the power to do so. And even though it will be difficult and challenging at times, it's simply enough to know that I use my power in a positive way, and chances are someone was affected. So why OSU and why me? Why OSU and Ashley Hanson together? Because I have a demand and you have the supply. I need classes that will provide me with the knowledge it takes to be successful in the agricultural and educational fields. I need professors who are kind, wise, and choose to use their power to change lives positively. I need a student body that is proud to be where we are and excited to pursue our dreams together. I need a campus that is full of opportunities to practice changing lives through clubs, events, and a multitude of other options. Oklahoma State University is all of that and more. Growing up, family is our greatest resource. They empower us to believe in ourselves. With love, kindness, support, and encouragement, they lay the foundation for us to have the power to change lives. As I grow up and move away from home, I'm excited to have the opportunity to be a part of the Cowboy family. I can't think of a better place to call home for the next 4 years. I believe that OSU enables students to change lives, starting on campus and then beyond. I want to be a part of that. So to you who are watching this, thank you for taking the time to consider my application and my spot at Oklahoma State. Thank you for being a part of the Cowboy family, and go Pokes!
So say Geronimo, say Geronimo, say Geronimo.